Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chamber Trials. I'm Ranader, owner of CT, and I'll be breaking down everything you'll need to know about CT11. First of all, we have a new lobby. You may search around the lobby for lots of new features including Aggressive Arena, Movement Metropolis, Supporter Suburb, even though there's only one house, and much more. Be sure to look out for Easter eggs as you explore. For CT11, all game rule phases will now feature voice lines in either an interactive tutorial or a cutscene to accompany them. This should ease you into what each CT trial is about without having to read a wall of text. However, these voice tutorials will contain less information. It will not include scoring details. Instead, a link to an excessively detailed explanation of every CT11 trial, including scoring, will be provided in the description. One of the biggest changes we made to CT for this event is how it will determine the order in which each trial is played. Instead of receiving items or running to the game of your choice, we will now be holding a voting minigame. Each voting minigame is unique and tests a range of skills. I say test, but you're not really being tested. Half of the games are completely luck-based. So let's get into it. Mace Mania is insanely simple. You get a mace, infinite wind charges, and everyone is on a platform. Just kill your opponents. You receive 1 vote per kill and an extra vote if you're the last player on the platform. I'm sure you've seen this one before. Welcome to the Glass Bridge. Pick a platform. If you guess correctly, you'll earn 3 votes, but more importantly, live to see another day. Guess wrong, and that glass will instantly crumble under your feet, and then you're just cooked. If you manage to make it to the other side, you'll earn 5 votes. Hay at the Races is a simple horse race. You'll first pick a horse, and then you're off. You'll earn 5 votes if your horse wins the race, and 2 votes if your horse crosses in second place. Pick one of the 2 other horses, and you're out of luck. Lastly, in Chamber Trials 5, Rainbow is a reaction time minigame that tests your ability to recognize a color and move to it. On each floor, you'll be given a set of wool, and you'll have to move to that block before all others disappear. This one speeds up fast, so you need to lock in quickly. You'll receive votes for outliving your opponents and clearing floors. Over 3 rounds, Bullseye tests your ability to wield a bow. You stand on one side of the layer, and you must shoot your arrow above the wall and hit the target on the floor. It's that simple, but it's that hard. You'll receive 7 votes for landing on the red, 4 for landing on the yellow, and 2 on the green. Button finders will take us back to the old CT lobby. You literally just need to find as many stone buttons as you possibly can. You receive 1 vote for every button pressed. Finally, the final 2 games will be determined via award for Trial 7. You'll first have to select your desired game for Trial 7, and then you'll represent it against the players who voted for the other side. Wipe out your opponents, and your game will be played. After each minigame will bring everyone back to the layer, and you'll have to run into the game you'd like to play. In the event of a tie between 2 or more games, any trial on the board may be randomly selected regardless of how many votes it has. The Inferno for this event will feature the bridge as a tiebreaker, the dropper, a new map for the ribbon, the gauntlet, and a new duel, the race. It's a simple parkour duel. The first to complete the race or the player to cover the most distance in 90 seconds wins the point. Now let's get into the trials. Golf is back with a new set of levels, and Blitz will be running it back in Prohodna Cave. Flow State will feature parkour, trident, elytra, and obstacles. You can expect the levels to be a little bit easier than what you saw in Chamber Trials 10, but trust me, it's not free. Soccer is on a new map, the Warden's Arena. A small change, you'll no longer have to click the boat again at the start of every kickoff, as you now simply have to pick it up. Zone Control is on a new map named Greenhouse. Greenhouse will feature 3 points, starting at the center of the map, moving to the top, to the bottom, and concluding at the center. The point will shift every 22.5 seconds. New to Zone Control, the speed at which the blocks covered in the zone are counted will increase as the round progresses. This means that playing for the zone at all times is crucial to your team's success. Points in Zone Control are now completely split between team members. Your kill count will be tracked, and you'll receive a little message in chat when you've covered the most ink, but neither of those stats will reward individual points. Gold Rush is back with a large change. Your goal is to still amass as much gold as you possibly can in 12 minutes, but the way you do so is slightly different. There are now 8 dungeons that you must crawl through. To advance to the next dungeon, all live team members must bank their gold at one of the 2 banking platforms in the dungeon, one of which is located behind the start of the dungeon, and the other is located near the end of the dungeon. Each dungeon is composed of 5 side rooms. A reward for successfully completing each side room will include gold and some key scraps, which will replace breeze rods for this event. If you bank 4 key scraps as a team, your final multiplier will increase by 5% and 7% if you manage to bank 5 key scraps. Chunk lock is also overhauled. You are no longer completing to unlock chunks, but to invest in as many stocks as you can. The round will start with only diamond and netherite chunks locked, which will unlock after 75 seconds, while iron and gold chunks are accessible. You may earn stocks in one of 3 ways. First, if you claim a capture point for the first time, you will receive a stock. The beacon will be marked in green to represent this. Second, you may purchase a stock in your inventory at all times. The cost of a stock will increase as the round progresses. You may read more details on this via the link in the description. Lastly, all of your remaining currency will be traded in for stocks at the end of the round at the cost of 50 per stock. You may now purchase a golden apple for your entire team once during the round. The armor upgrade token is now 4 series instead of 3, and the respawn token will scale according to how many team members are dead. And finally, here's the 8th trial in Chamber Trials 11. Welcome to Madness. Madness is a 3-round movement trial where you must control your effects as you run through the train station. In your inventory at all times are 4 effects: Jump Boost, Slow Fall, Water Speed, and Shrink. To activate an effect, simply right-click the corresponding item. You may only have 2 effects active at once. If you activate an effect while 2 are already active, your first effect will be disabled, your second will move to your first slot, and your new effect will be placed in your second slot. If you right-click an effect while it is already active, it will be disabled. You may also clear all of your effects at any time, to simply right-click the item. You may move the items in your inventory around as you'd like, and they'll stay there for all future rounds. Each round, you'll be faced with a randomly selected set of levels, and your goal is to simply beat your opponents to the finish. Here's some advice. First, the levels are schemed to represent the effects you'll need to activate. Jump Boost levels are full of colorful blocks, Water Speed levels are full of water, but also mossy stone blocks. Slow Fall levels often stop you from using Jump Boost, but have lots of copper blocks. And finally, Shrink levels have a lot of 1 block tall holes and prismarine blocks. But remember, just because a level is schemed to represent a specific effect doesn't mean you can't activate any others. You may use any effect at any time. Second, lock in. I'm so serious. These levels come at you fast, so be sure to focus up and get moving. Finally, it's best to be up top and use height to your advantage in these levels. Running on the floor is often slower and doesn't allow you much speed. Those are all the changes you'll need to know for Chamber Trials 11, but here are a few more details. CT commission events will remain open, but will only feature content present before CT 11. If you want to participate in an event with content released after Chunkish Trials, you may subscribe to our CT Patreon. CT Patreon events are run every month, and our next event will rerun at CT 11 on June 20th, 2026. We'll see you for CT 11 tomorrow at 1 PM EST and 6 PM British time. I am so sorry.